1 minute. I'm making it on live on. Siddharth, your side, anybody join? Have you mentioned anyone to join today?
I didn't know that I should have.
Oh, sorry, I can't hear.
Oh no, I didn't know that I should have invited someone.
Oh, okay, no problem. So, shall we start the session now? Good evening, all. Today, the auspicious day for Singapore because tomorrow we are going to celebrate the Singapore National Day 2022. Guild of International Speakers and Trainers, the registered society, is proud and privileged to celebrate the National Day of Singapore 2022. Regarding that, we wanted to host this particular webinar session along with myself, Dr. B. Ramanathan. I am the founder and managing director of ACE International Singapore, at the same time, president of Guild of International Speakers and Trainers in Singapore. Today, we have other two eminent speakers. One is the youngest, Asia's youngest scientist in data science, Mr. Siddharth Pilli, and Mr. Sridhar Subramaniam from Nanal Innovation Private Limited. Is the senior product manager. So we three people are going to host this particular webinar session for you. Hopefully it would add on value for your better understanding and updates. I would like to share my screen to tell about the build of international speakers and trainers. As well, I can able to talk about the today's topic, Beyond Smart Nation. One second. One second, I choose my slides. Can you see the slides? Is it moving? Okay. Good evening. Today we are celebrating behalf of Singapore National Day by Guild of International Speakers and Trainers. Guild of International Speakers and Trainers, a registered society, started nearly 4 years ago, and we are building to support for our people and community in Singapore, especially with our vision and mission and the values. We wanted to connect the Singapore and the world with networking along with the distinguished speakers and professional trainers across various locations as well as various disciplines to build the human empowerment capabilities and strategies for moving towards excellence status. Our mission, GIST, G for guide, I for inspire, S for shape, T for transform. We are believing on values and value proposition, value exchange. How do we able to endorse all these things? Building an innovative learning, knowledge sharing, and social development paradigm across cultures and capabilities with passion, ethics, and integrity. Due diligence and discipline also matters. So we are ensuring all these things with our goal sets. Our objectives to network for the public speakers and professional trainers in Singapore and around the world, to encourage the budding public speakers as well as the professional trainers who wanted to have the platform to provide certain kind of value for the people, and planning to start some local chapters associated with the different communities, associations, and societies. We wanted to formulate certain kind of databases along with the public speakers and professional trainers who wanted to have that kind of domain expertise and sharing knowledge system through this platform. We wanted to associate with the governments, private sectors, as well as other interested parties. We wanted to organize the national and international annual conventions and conferences. We are willing to publish more books, especially e-books or e-magazines, and research journals, any articles we can able to specialize the particular edition for making the people to understand and follow. These are all the objectives, and we are ensuring our individuals, companies, and training organizations in Singapore and around the globe, definitely they are getting the benefit out of it. Guest organizational members and structures. We have our executive members and structures like national president, vice president, advisory board members, secretary, treasurer, and executive committee members, as well as the admin accounts and managing team for marketing. Our marketing focus is very clear. We are planning two pillars. The one is institutions and another one is industries. Institutions, various kind of stakeholders like research centers, university departments, colleges, schools, training and coaching centers, private or government bodies. Industries, multinational companies, corporate sectors, small medium enterprises, startup ecosystem people, local enterprises, social as well as non-profit organizations, business chambers, and so on. We are believing, especially for the audience who are willing to learn and explore well through GIST platform. They are business owners, aspiring entrepreneurs, professionals and managers, professors, teaching faculty members, higher educational students, and school students as well. GIST is looking for more collaborative opportunity, joint venturing opportunities to engage and work together with like-minded people for the goal sets to achieve. So we welcome you to follow us through Facebook as well as any um, platform where we are connecting or conducting programs like this. Today, my topic of the theme is sustainability. Beyond smart nation, how do we able to connect with these people? Especially smart sustainable cities now everywhere, it is the alarming signal for the government as well as the infrastructure development party members. I would like to mention few things and then my fellow colleagues will also touch upon with various aspects in their specialization. The global goal sets for sustainable development derived by United Nations under 17 factors, the categories. One, no poverty. Two, no hunger. Third, good health. Fourth, good quality education. Five, gender equality. Six, clean water and sanitation. Seven, renewable energy sources. Eight, good jobs and economic growth. That is very, very important for the sustainability. Innovation and infrastructure development. Reduced inequalities. Sustainable cities and community formations. Responsible consumption. Climate action. Now everywhere the red alarm for the climate change. Life below water, that is underwater communities. Life on land, terrestrial ecosystem. Peace and justice for the nation and everywhere in the world. Partnerships for the goal sets to achieve. All these 17 goals are very, very important for personal values, our professional values, business values, as well as the country who wanted to follow. There is huge demand for these sustainable development goals unanimously raised everywhere in this kind of systematic approach. Smart city, how do we able to formulate it? It is not simple. It is the complex nature. It is having several categories from industry to government sectors, social to economic values, energy conservation, energy management, retailing sector, service sectors, embracing on healthcare sectors, education sectors, securities, and so on. So how do we able to approach sustainable and smart cities for all ages? We have to consider every person in different age groups of the society. That is very, very important. So that out of the 17 elements, there are several elements which are enforcing this particular activities must need to be supportive for all ages. Ecological sustainability, economic sustainability, social sustainability that makes the livable engagement for all people, viability as well as equitable for all people to have the benefits. So that is formulating the sustainable city. There are many ways we can able to tell, but these three major focus we have to ensure: economic values, environmental sustainability, social equality. That information and communication, that is bringing the more technological procurements for the people. How do they able to engage and improve the conditions as of now? There are a lot of innovation elements, infocom technologies available, and employment possibility because digital sources are making the people to work remotely. That is also making lot of productivity, reducing the expenditures. Many people, they don't have the office right now because they are making the people to work from home. That is the way we are ensuring all these people are making the credibility for ensuring their purpose to live better. Environmental sustainability, ensuring the air quality, no pollution, and reducing the poverty because there are a lot of elements induced because of the pollution kind of problems. So we have to ensure how do we able to make the change through the environmental sustainability. Social equality through the education, healthcare, safety, housing for all people, better culture and behavioral sense for each and everyone, social inclusive activity because we have to include each and everyone who are viable and stable to sustain. Especially the sustainable development goals ensure by World Green Building Council, they are willing to take the few factors and ensure how do they able to make the green building available for each and everyone. So that is the way the energy consumption is getting reduced, the less polluted environment for everyone, and making the empowerment and the embracement for the people who are living very happy and healthy. These are all the way the Green Building Council, they are creating the goal steps borrowed from these sustainable development goal sets derived from United Nations. Another one important aspects: energy conservation, energy efficiency, and renewable energy sources. That is the way the energy pyramid is covering many elements and many factors, which are very, very important for the people. How do they able to plug and play with these kind of available sources? Because the fossil fuels are getting eradicated very soon. So we have to find out some alternative solution, how to keep the nature as such. And we are willing to provide this for our future generation. We should not exploit all these sources and making the world is very difficult to manage all these uh, uh, situations, how to manage in future. Singapore has the energy story. They making their plan for future developments, future conditions, how it would be supporting for the small island country. So we must need to think and contribute the better solution for the people. So Singapore is creating the story for many elements, especially natural gas, solar power, regional power grids, low carbon emissions. That is the alternative solution for reducing the pollution. They are creating these simulated models, Skylab in Singapore. They are conducting a lot of research for energy efficient building and technology formations. Because Singapore is creating a lot of facility management kind of buildings, that is ensuring the efficiency, especially the energy conservation or energy efficiency, how to make very conducive. Nanyang Technological University having this energy research institute where they are creating the solution for smart nation environment. They are conducting a lot of research projects and creating the innovative products which are going to align together for the smart nation environment. Another way, the world largest floating solar farm created by Singapore in the surrounding water space. That is also another way the renewable energy sources are sustainable with this particular condition. Singapore Economic Development Board mentioned Singapore is a business friendly country, and that is the way it is becoming number one in this region when compared to neighboring countries, as well as they are willing to transform the country for creating the Asia Pacific Silicon Valley, and they are planning many things for creating such kind of things. So Southeast Asia Silicon Valley of Singapore. So they are creating a lot of ideas, a lot of um, attracting elements to convince and cover the investors to come and launch the company in this region. Singapore is that is the way Singapore is making top 10 multinational companies in Singapore. You can able to see Facebook, Alphabet, Apple, Amazon, Pfizer, Microsoft, Alibaba Group, Netflix, Tencent Holdings, Samsung Electronics. All these people are situated in Singapore right now. Smart solutions for smart cities are vibrant and viable for the people who can live better and lead better. So Singapore is ensuring all these factors to cover up for this country to build the city of the future. That is how the conditions making the smart city for plugging and playing with the technological sources. So Singapore is not ideally making the work for creating all these facilities, but also they are the investors and they are looking for the opportunity where the neighboring countries, the third world countries who are looking for the opportunity to handhold together with this smart city environment of Singapore. That is the way beyond sustainable smart city, then you wanted to handhold together with the neighboring people. These seven things are very, very important for successful smart city, holistic smart city development, where the people can integrate and connected better with the people and other solutions available for them. Citizens are the first priority in the mindset for creating any kind of smart city development. Alignment with the government initiatives or formulations, compliance and regulations, any guidelines kind of thing. Long-term vision, that is very, very important. Short-term goals towards with the long-term expansion is very, very important. Sustainability as the top priority. Public-private partnership programs, giving the strength and support for each other's open city-wide databases and platforms. So Siddharth Pilli will cover the database as a youngest data scientist. I welcome him to share his vision. And also Sridhar Subramaniam, also innovation technology product developer. So he will also ensure he is also engaging a lot of projects with the government side. Serving citizens and businesses better through technology. That is the ultimate aim and goal sets when formulating the smart nation of Singapore. So we are looking for you to come and share something when the question and answer session is carrying over after all people's talk. Thank you so much for listening to my talk. Hopefully it would add value for your expectations. So, next speaker, I would like to welcome Siddharth Pilli. 1 second. Is there any opinion or any concern from the people for a short time? Once Siddharth, I will introduce you, so then you can start your. Um, Siddharth Pilli is the youngest data scientist as awarded recently, and he has many acumen, many rewards and appreciation. He is teaching the graduates in IIT as well as other institutions, and he is also working together with different companies in India as well as in United States. And he is the person of role model for many youngsters even in school days itself. He has created the value not only with the curricular learning but also the extracurricular activities add-on value education based, that his parents are encouraging him to groom his skills, learning from different sectors and preparing himself to fit into the area of data science because it's very fascinating and very tough as of now because many tutors or many people are not having enough uh, conditions to teach in the schools. But he has passion, he has the aim to learn from different group sets as well as the courses what he has taken so far. It's beyond the box or extra mile values. I really appreciate with this young age, he has created the value and making himself as a role model, not only for the students, also parents who are dreaming to have the children like him. With this young age, you are having that kind of laurels and fames. I'm very happy to have you here through our Guild of International Speakers and Trainers to engage you as a speaker. And we are looking forward to have many more training sessions as you have already discussed with me. And we are willing to take you and make the journey towards with us by hand holding together, not only for Singapore, but also everywhere in the world. So I welcome you. Regarding this National Day is very much suitable for you because Singapore is a country of just I have shared few things about Singapore status and Singapore environment. Hopefully, it is also going to add on value for that, similar to US and other countries in this kind of category as smart nation or developed country. So you can share your views and making us to enjoy with your talk. Stage is yours. Welcome.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much for the introduction. It was a very warm welcome, actually. So, yes, hello everyone. So, I'm Siddharth Pili. I'm currently 10th grade and I'm working as a data scientist. I'm actually currently working as a
Do
research.
you want to share any slides or you want to talk for us?
No, no, actually, the thing is, I'm joining mobile, so I'll just talk it through if it's all right.
Yes. Either way, I make you as a co-host if you want to
Oh, all right, so I got it. Yeah.
take it.
So, yes, so I'm Siddharth Pili. I'm currently in 10th grade. I'm 15-year-old.
You can
And I'm
open the camera if it is possible.
something wrong, sir?
Yeah, now it is visible.
Yes.
Uh, on and off. Maybe you can keep.
Uh, something.
Now it is. I
Yeah.
don't.
So, hello everyone. My name is Siddharth Pili. I'm currently working with Triple IT Hyderabad as a research engineer. And right now, I'm currently helping IIIT on few solution problems such as disaster risk index, where we use certain algorithms to understand the risk value of an earthquake occurring to a structure, like before it actually happens. So that's what's currently the industry I'm being involved in. So today I'll just mainly be giving a sort of understanding to how AI is leveraging businesses, not just businesses. How is AI helping the current world right now? How is it helping the companies? And what can we expect from AI in the future? So right now, I'd say artificial intelligence is everywhere. It's promising us new self-driving cars, new medical breakthroughs, and even new ways of working at the moment, from simple things like self-driving cars to even sort of things like recommendation engines where it recommends us what movies or web series or sort of content which you have to watch. AI is the concept of being in every single way. AI's biggest challenge right now is making self-driving cars much safer and efficient, and it's currently using complex algorithms to stop the car abruptly or swerve to avoid hitting obstacles. So for such a complicated things like self-driving cars, for sort of such complicated things like self-driving cars, we see every day that um, is everything okay, sir?
Yes,
Uh,
fine. You can carry on.
okay. So for everything as complicated as even self-driving cars, we see AI actually tackling that obstacle, where any sort of obstacles that come in the car's direction maneuver, or some sort of signs or anything that comes in the way of the actual car driving, the AI has been trained to understand that if there is some sort of obstacle coming, it should swerve automatically and go past the obstacle. And this training has given in the algorithm for at least like maybe days, maybe even sometimes months, or even years sometimes. And after all this training has been perfected, the AI knows exactly that it has to drive in this certain path, avoiding obstacles, and make sure that the passenger and all the people in the cars in the car actually have a safe journey. And that's how far we have came across with something like self-driving cars. And now if we talk about entertainment industry, right now the entertainment industry is booming, and platforms like Netflix picked artificial intelligence to make the viewing experience more personalized. So for if I were to watch certain sort of genre, the AI or the algorithm of the recommendation engine automatically understands that this person's watching this sort of genre. So let's recommend him sort of more movies, web series, or more content that's based around this genre. Or using something like a decision tree, it tries to understand the pattern of people watching this certain content, and this might be related to some other content. And that's how AI is sort of relating to how human patterns tend to work as well based on their previous content watching. And AI is not just being used there itself. Healthcare, healthcare, as we know, not even in a simple way. It's the most important thing that we have to offer, because healthcare, as we know, it's the whole sort of making of life. It is where we can fix a life. It has sort of a stronghold that we can create, that we can actually try to fix someone's life, or even try to damage it. And this is a sort of dilemma when it comes to healthcare. But with the use of technology like AI, the potential of artificial intelligence for making healthcare better is indisputable. AI tools are helping to provide faster service, diagnose issues better, and analyze sort of data to identify trends between the genetic information that would predispose someone to a particular disease as well. Right now, many sort of complicated things like cancer classification, where just by using a sort of CT scan, a computer or a machine can automatically identify that a person might have cancer or not based on this sort of scan results. And that's sort of power we're dealing with AI at this sort of momentum. And even forgetting about AI, right now we have high tech and very upscaled robotic surgical tools that will help us to have get the patient the best surgery that they can ever have. So I believe the Vinci and all these sort of like medtech companies out there are building surgical tools that when surgeons are actually sort of doing any sort of procedure on a patient, they can do with the perfect sort of maneuver, the perfect skills, and the perfect indexing between one part to another. And that's where tech has even reached in the medical industry as well. And when we talk about artificial intelligence, the main reason we see artificial intelligence grow over the years is because of its data set sizes. Because the higher are the data set sizes, the better the model is going to develop, or the better the algorithm out there is going to be tuned. And one of the reasons why AI has grown so far as well, because of the data set sizes that have seen an unprecedented growth over the few past years. And now understanding how AI can be useful to the world, and as well how AI is going to be useful to different things like healthcare as well. Where do companies tend to build AI in itself? Because we know AI is useful, we've seen AI tackle many problems out there. So companies can see themselves using AI in their real-time work environment? One of the reasons where we can see AI being used in companies are business problems. Now, companies have very complex business problems out there, and these complex business problems are growing at a dramatic rate. Companies right now are using AI to make their services more optimized with less room for error. So, for sort of this, when it comes to talking about complicated problems or problem solving, our mind mainly goes to decision making. Now, decision making is an important thing to achieve for the organization goals and objectives within given time and budget. AI powered by predictive analytics is showing promising results, inaccurate foresight in helping better decision making. And that's where AI is being used in decision making. And when it comes to chatbots, as companies and services grow, the customers' questions about the products grow as well. In this scenario, having a dedicated employee assigned to work with each and every customer on solving their problems have become complicated and tedious. Chatbots powered by behavior analytics are showing good progress in this area as well. So AI isn't sort of it's just one sort of tech tool that can be only applied to one domain. Let it be from giving us a sustainable world, a sustainable nature, to a to like promising textiles which can make great decision making, to even solving one of the world's biggest problems. AI is sort of being used everywhere at this moment. And even for my case, I'm trying to solve the whole earthquake dilemma. Where using artificial intelligence, we can understand the risk of an earthquake actually occurring to a certain structure. Like if an earthquake actually occurs, what is the risk value of a structure? Is it dangerous? Is it livable? Is it non-livable? So with this information predisposed to us before an actual earthquake occurs, we can already predetermine that this house or this structure is not safe, and it's better for this person to vacate or fix the structure better in terms of an earthquake actually occurring. And this is not only where AI is being used, from healthcare to sort of sustainable nature to earthquakes to any domain out there. AI can be used, and AI can definitely help to make this whole world a better place. But I may, but I always believe that the possibilities where AI can improve our quality and way of life are growing. And seems like there's nothing out there to stop this pace of AI. And as we already understand that our future is totally technology driven. So learning sort of these new tech tools, new tech tools like maybe programming, AI algorithms, or any sort of things are going to be a huge head start for us. And then, but before we even come to this context of learning things, I believe we have to embrace the whole fact of AI. Now, when we talk about AI, our mind always tends to go through a negative part of sort of robotics and everything, where it's sort of destroying humanity. But instead of actually thinking about the whole negative side, but I agree, there is always going to be a dilemma of a sword hedge fight out there. But when trying to focus on the difference between us actually using AI for solutions that might benefit the world, other than actually trying to completely regularize it only for the negative aspects, is where we'd be wrong with the whole AI context. Where AI is something which we have to realize it's a good helping tool for us, and we have to embrace it so that it can provide us and our next generation a better and a safer future.
It's really wonderful to hear from you that young mind also making the vibrant solutions and visionary for the conditions as of now. How do we able to engage and use the artificial intelligence and machine learning tools, which are making the sense for the people, how to enable them and equip them. for different kind of applications. Really amazing to hear from you. You are having more analytical as well as research tools which are going to make the add-on value in the coming days. We are willing to handhold together, and whenever it is possible, we can explore the possibility. How do we touch upon with the training as well as conducting some kind of workshops for the people to learn from you. We will keep in touch. Thank you for making the session very
No, thank you.
useful for each and everyone who are listening to you.
Yes, sir. Thank
We will have the questions and answer later after hearing from Mr. Sridhar Subramanian. Mr. Sridhar Subramanian is the Senior Product Manager in Nanal Innovation Private Limited, Singapore. He is also supporting a lot for various kind of projects for both the public sector as well as private sectors. I have been traveled with him for many sessions, not only with the personal as well as the clubhouse. He has given the value added things for many people who are asking several questions in different point of view. He is able to answer well, and he can able to provide many suggestions and solutions for the people. That is the way he has the vibrant knowledge as well as resourceful capacity to support for many industries who can able to drive on well in this innovation and procurement scenario. So Nanal Innovation is giving a lot for the people. And today he is going to give the talk on safe and secure practices for the people. How can they protect themselves with the available data source or gadgets world? So over to Mr. Sridhar Subramanian.
Thank you, Dr. Ramsar. Am I audible to all?
Yes, very much.
Good evening, all, and thanks for opportunity to share my, my experiences to all in terms of safe and secure practices in the digital era. And we are in association with GIST and the AC International to share how we can protect us, our loved ones, or organization from the cybersecurity threats. So before getting to that, and I would like to just share some of the activities that what we are doing in Nonal, and Nonal into three vertical: one into innovation, another one into the IT and technological solutions, and third one into the product trading. In with respect to today's knowledge sharing, uh, uh, this is coming from IT and technological verticals. In that, we are rendering service to the startups, SMEs, and individuals, even government agencies that we are supporting in terms of doing the technological solutions. And in that, IT solutions, IT device support, AMC, and technological adaptations, and application development and tools recommendations for the growth and productivity, subscriptions-based IT consultations. So let's get into the today's topic. And today I'm going to share some 22 best safe and secure practices to protect ourselves or from our organizations, the individual or organization. We need to practice these 22 best safe and secure practices. The first we'll get into it, and one is we always use either Android or Windows or Mac OS. We're supposed to update the softwares. So either as a OS softwares or either as an individual, either as a Microsoft Office or anything that which can be updated, right? We have to update it. Why? Because this updates, this patch releases covers new features, and there is a bug will be there, so they will fix that. And apart from that, there are some security upgrades they will do. So every day we will get new compromises to protect from that compromises, right? And this software developing companies releases the patch to upgrade the security. So it is mandate that we need to update our softwares. And second one is that anything that if you find anything suspicious email that you are getting into your inbox or Outlook, so you have to think twice before click that link or respond to that. If you find that it's a suspicious, then simply don't click any link in it. So that is the best practice that you have to do it. And third one is keep hardware up to date. So if you're using the old hardwares, which may not be capable to update the firmwares, so that way your systems or your software or sorry your hardware, there may be chances of compromise. To avoid that, you keep your hardware updated, which means you have to keep change. If you are in the office using your laptop, and don't use Windows XP or Windows 7 and all. Instead, even don't use the dual core processor and all. So it's better to migrate the old hardware to the new hardware. So that way you can protect from the security threats. And fourth one is when you share the file sharings, right? You have to ensure. Uh, Generally, we should not, share your files any service provider or any applications which is available in the internet. You have to uh, you have to validate their authenticity, and you have to validate them whether they are good or they sharing your data publicly. Then you have to take a call, choose that platform or application or SaaS model applications, whichever, for file sharing solutions. Uh, and fifth one is very much important. You have to put antivirus or malware, anti-malware softwares. Uh, we may think that even Windows having inbuilt Windows Defender, even though we have to have an antivirus or anti-malware software on top of it to protect our office environment. So if one system compromises, there is a chances of through that system, if it is network connected, then other systems can may able to compromise. So that's why we need to update, or we need to have updated antivirus and anti-malware softwares. And sixth one, when you are using unknown network or unknown Wi-Fi's, or when you're going outside of your country or new places, I would suggest use VPN for privatizing your connections. So that way you can protect your informations or data from hackers. So there are open sources available for VPNs, even paid or available. You can use that actually. If your company, uh, you can have an open source called Open VPN, where you can deploy it for your company, standalone for your company alone. So that VPN will be protected or exclusively for your company. Maybe if you're 10 user or 50 users, you can scale up anything. Okay. And then seventh one is check links before you click anything. If you're getting it from WhatsApp, or if you're getting it from social media network, or if you're getting from email, or if you're scanning any QR code through that, if you're clicking and link, think twice whether it is from the genuine email links, or sorry, genuine URL links or not. If not, there is a chance that they can push a payload to your device easily. They can able to access your resources, access your data, access your hardwares remotely. So you don't want to, to avoid that. So twice think before you click the links. And eighth one, uh, generally, when we create a password, it may be lazy part of it, or maybe you cannot able to, recognize or remember the password. So we will make it very simple, or we put 1 2 3, or we will put ABCD, all these kind of steps. If you do that, no, there is the hackers are incapable of understanding the general patterns of keeping the passwords. They can do randomly try, and then if it is 1 2 3 or ABCD, or your name, then they can easily get into your applications, and they can steal your data. And ninth one, when you put some external storage devices like thumb drive or SSD or external hard disk, so it will, the Windows or whatever the things, it will ask you to scan the external hard storage. Don't skip that, else through that malware will come into your system. So there is a chances to steal or corrupt your data. And nowadays, and ninth one, nowadays all the applications to have a more security that comes with the two-factor authentications. Even in Singapore and Singapore, if you want to get into it, like any government later sizes or using authentication for SingPass, and they're having a two-factor authentication in order to protect your data. So enable that two-factor authentications, because even if they compromise your passwords, still there is a chance for you to protect the data from them to get stale. So use that, enable that, and so you will get protected. And 11th one is store the sensitive informations in the secured places. Don't take any chances if it is if it is like personal informations or personal photographies or anything. Then put that photos and into the wallet. So put that that wallet is a wallet is a password protected. So make sure that information is secure. So there are different ways of that to protect it. Maybe we can if opportunity comes, and we can share in details. And 12th one, sorry, uh, when you are in a business, you ensure that your website is HTTPS protected. So, which means like when from the browser to the server where your website is deployed, and there will be a protocol where whatever the information that you are sending from your browser to the server, it has to be protected. It has to be encrypted. The HTTPS can able to encrypt your informations from the browser till the server. So if you don't enable this HTTPS, or then there may be a chances of yours or your customers' information gets stolen or tapped by hackers. So when you build a website, ensure you are protected with HTTPS protocol. And 13th one, uh, periodically you check whether any adverse sit into your computer or your mobile phone. There are open sources. Validate that open source softwares like Malwarebytes and kind of softwares are there in the market. You can freely download it, and you can able to run the scan, and that will show you is there any adware related viruses is there or any trackers are there, and then you can just go through that and then remove it, and you have to quarantine it. So you have to do it periodically. I would suggest weekly once at least. You have to do this malware check or adware check using some open source like Malwarebyte. And 14th one, whenever you are not using either Wi-Fi or Bluetooth, just shut it down. There are chances through this connectivity, the people can able to get into your device. Even if they inject a payload in your device, if there is no connectivity like Bluetooth or Wi-Fi, then or data connections, then there are they cannot able to steal the data. So it's better shut down when it is not used. And 15th one, avoid using public networks. Suppose when you are going outside, you find some when you switch on the Wi-Fi, you see that then there is some Wi-Fi network is there. Don't try and connecting to that, if even though it is open, because that may be a bite for you or a hook for you for your device. There may be chances of compromising, or they will inject a payload, or they can hack your device through that. So think twice when you use the public networks or public Wi-Fi's. Even if you go to McDonald's, and when you are, but there is no option for you to, but still you can protect with a VPN. Suppose we are using public Wi-Fi, then you enable VPN, through that you access it. So that will be still safer. Okay, and 16th one, uh, just be vigilant always. Don't think that it is always protected. You don't think that it is always protected. So even if it is online or physically inaccessible, so don't think that it's always protected. So just keep vigilant always. And 17th, uh, invest in security upgrades. So that will help you to keep your data secure. So just for example, if you want to keep your antivirus updated, at least you have to spend $60 to keep your machine active or security protected. So don't hesitate to spend in that particular spendings. So that will save your thousands and lakhs of dollars from this stealing of data or informations, you know. And 18th one, uh, most of us not will not do the backups. So when the disasters comes, we will regret. So keep always do the backup. Nowadays, the cloud backups are coming, either Google Drive or Dropbox or any other things, or Nextcloud. If your organization, then Nextcloud is will help you. Is the open source, which will help you to create your own private storage cloud thing, where you can store on, you can sync all your backup all your data there. And then again, it's a repetitions. 20 is a time employee. So when you're if you're an organization or if you're family, so if you are good enough in terms of how the best practices, you have to train your employees as well as your family also. It's not only that you are very strong in terms of security, it also you have to make employees as well as the family members, because if their device get compromised, there will be a chance all devices will get compromised. So train your employees in security related stuffs. And 21, engage and white hat hackers if your organization, or you you just connected with some kind of an white hat hackers, which is hack is nothing but two different type. And one is a white hat, they will doing it for good reason, we call it as a white hat hackers. And there is a red hat hackers, they do it for illegal related stuffs. So we have to either as a either as an individual or as an organization, you should have a consultant who can do this job as a white hat hackers. So there are subscription based, and even Normal is doing that services as a subscription based. They will support you in terms of help you whether your device is compromised, and all this 22 checklists they will run on behalf of you and keep your organization or yourself secure from the cybersecurity threats. And last but not least, and so it's very powerful, even though if you protected hardware, if you change hardware, whatever the things, there may be a chances of pushing a payload to your device. So there are two very important things where will create you a very very big damage for your personal privacy, which is nothing but camera and mic. So there are shutters. You can see in image there are shutters and the camera and shutters, and there is a microphone shutter show there. You stick that shutters into your devices, either as a computer, a laptop camera, or Wi-Fi, I mean, web camera or smartphone camera. You stick this whenever you're not using it, you shut this. So physically, if you do this, even hackers hacked your computer, trying to access your camera, they can't see it. They'll be get blinded. So it's better use spend your money into this kind of stuffs. If you're women, or if you're a student, or if you're a senior citizen, I strongly recommend this device. Put it in your smartphone. Whenever you're not using it, shut it down. Thanks a lot. Thanks for time. Thanks, Dr. Ram.
Really wonderful. You are not only giving the solution, but also the way how do they able to protect themselves with the small micro devices, which are the attachment for the community. Well, seldom they are using various kind of gadgets, laptops, iPads, and smartphones. There are ways that people who can able to overrule with their conditions. So that's really amazing. Thanks for coming over and sharing this wonderful phenomena, which are very, very important as of now, because we are celebrating the National Day and the sustainability for the people, how to endorse with all these available infrastructures and facilities, but also in safe and secure manner. That is the ultimate goal. Says privacy as well as the protection is the conditions as of now. Each and everyone, they have to think in their mindset. Thank you for making the day for us. Is there any audience who wanted to share anything or making us to learn from you? I welcome you to open your camera as well as mic to showcase your face or your voice, how to make them feel happy about your feedback or making any questions also. I welcome the questions. Naladre sir, are you there? Radhakrishnan, Kuni, are you there? You want to tell something?
Yes, Mr. Ramanathan. Thank you so much. Thanks for the opportunity to participate. I'm sorry I'm not switching on my camera because there's some connectivity issue. There's a low bandwidth. So it's a good session. Especially impressive was Siddharth's presentation as well as Mr. Sri's good learnings. I think we should keep sharing information like this more often because things are so dynamic and changes are happening so often. Yesterday's technology becoming redundant. So when we have more updates and information, it really helps us to be on the card.
Definitely.
Thanks so much.
Thank you. Over to Kuni. Kuni, you want to share?
Yeah, okay. So I'm kind of like multitasking. So listen to a little bit here and there. Yeah, please do share the recording again. Okay. And I think it's good because now, with so many people going into tech, I think security online is something very important that we need to learn. Okay. A lot of people are not even aware of, looking after their own information. So yeah, it's good to at least get some tips on how to protect yourself online, and especially with Web3 coming up, the metaverse, NFTs, and all that. There will be a lot of opportunities, but at the same time, there will be a lot of scams coming up. So I think that always knowledge is key. If you have enough knowledge, you'll be well protected. So it's quite funny because I actually scammed a scammer, which I'm very proud to say. And the whole idea is because I'm trying to scam another scammer so that I can do a course called How to Scam a Scammer. So basically, it's a lot of human psychology. Okay, if you understand how they work, you can understand the mindset, of how they operate. And then from there, I managed to scam him before he scammed me lah. So yeah, if you understand the modus operandi, then you will be able to spot signs and then protect yourself. Or if you know family members that sometimes will get scammed, so you can actually advise them and teach them that, hey, these are the signs. So is this a real person? Is this a real opportunity? Or is this could be a upcoming scam? Yeah, scammers are getting very creative, so we need to be very street smart and understand how they work, and then we'll be safe. Yeah.
Really attack the attackers.
Yeah, attack them first.
We have to learn how to make them to be smashed down by this way. We will have a lot of security elements in coming days, because as per the scenario, it is moving further and further, metaverse and all. So we are having all these kind of insecure opportunities, but there are developers who are working hard to develop the secure process, how to make the people like the small physical device also keeping like how do we make the lock to keep the safe for the house or any other racks or something like that. The same way, so we have to think and prosper well. Thanks for coming over and sharing your things, because you are asking me the questions. How do we able to go beyond the sustainability? And the sustainability is very much using as of now, because everywhere the slogans, because they wanted to ensure how do they able to live and lead better for each and everyone who are in the society, who are in the country. So in many ways like that. Thank you for coming over.
Yep.
Is there any other so supporting things from Naladre sir? Are you there? He's connected from US.
Hello,
Yeah.
Dr. Ram sir.
Yes.
Good morning. Good morning, everybody. This is Naladre from the United States of America, and thank you for the opportunity to listen to all this nice speakers, especially Mr. Siddharth and Mr. Sridhar, sir. This is very nice. This is making all of us smart. Thank you so much. This is Sustainable to Smart Nation, and this is a great title. Thank you. I really enjoy listening to Mr. Siddharth. Thank you so much.
Yeah, super. So Siddharth, do you want to comment anything?
Oh yes, thank you so much. There was some really great words from you. Thank you so much. I'm really happy that you enjoyed my speech out there. Thank you.
So I have shared the YouTube, the chat group. You can use it and you can share in your Facebook or Instagram, LinkedIn, whatever the way.
Yes, yes, definitely.
Keep in touch. How do we able to engage ourselves for the people and community to learn from us and from us like that. So
Yes, sir. Definitely, I'll do that.
thank you. And on behalf of Guild of International Speakers and Trainers in Singapore, even we are willing to connect to the global sectors. So if you are interested, you can contact me. My informations are available backdraft with me. So even I'm keeping in touch in each and everyone who joined here. In future, you wanted to give any kind of talks or any kind of sessions, we can plan for that. Bringing more values for the platform, that is the ultimate aim. Then we can have the correct people or nice people, then the benefits will be shared for each and everyone who joined with us. Thank you so much. Thank you for the speakers, Mr. Sridhar Subramanian as well as Siddharth Peli. It's really amazing to hear from them. Even the solutions or supports we are keeping in our mind for each and everyone. So that is the way we are exploring a lot. The world is in our hand only, but in front of us only. So the same way we have to explore it. Thank you, thanks a lot. Even tomorrow is the public holiday in Singapore, so your time starts now. Thank you. Happy National Day to fellow Singaporeans. Thanks.
Thank you so much. Thank you all.
Thank you, Huni. Thanks. So I end up this session. Thanks. Thank you.